It's almost Rosh Hashanah. Today is Erev Rosh Hashanah. And there's a very interesting thing we do, or actually that we don't do today. For the past month, we've been blowing the shofar. Tomorrow and the day after, we're going to blow the shofar 200 times. But today, the shofar is silent. Why is that? So the commentaries explain, because we've been blowing shofar for a whole month. And when we stop blowing shofar today, we confuse the Satan. The Satan is confused because we stop blowing the shofar today. He thinks the high holidays are over, Rosh Hashanah is over, and then tomorrow he's going to hear the shofar again. And if he hears the shofar again tomorrow, he's going to say, wait a second, if Rosh Hashanah is over and we're still blowing the shofar, it must be that this is the shofar of Mashiach. And the obvious question is, how could we trick the Satan with the same trick for thousands of years? We've been doing this for so long, and then the Satan is still getting fooled. Every single year he gets fooled. Sometimes when someone performs a magic trick, if it's a good trick, it'll fool you into thinking that something's happening that's not really happening. But eventually, if you see the trick enough times, you figure it out and you realize what's really going on. But sometimes if a trick is so good, no matter how many times it's performed, it looks like the real thing. When we blow the shofar, we see what we're doing here. We see us blowing the shofar. But the effects of the shofar, the effects of what's going on in Shemayim up in heaven, that we cannot see. And it must be that what's going on up in heaven when we blow the shofar in Rosh Hashanah is so close to what would happen when Mashiach comes that the Satan is fooled. We don't see those effects, but they're happening and they're real. These spiritual effects of us blowing the shofar are amazing, are immense. It's causing a firestorm up in heaven. And it's so close to what's going to happen when Mashiach comes. Well, if that's true, it's able to fool the Satan every single year. Every single year, the Satan says, this is amazing. What's going on up in heaven, the effects, the spiritual effects of the shofar being blown, this must be Mashiach coming. But every year it's not. But if it's so close, then maybe this year, if we push a little bit harder, if we daven with a little more kavana, if we just do a little bit more, maybe we'll be able to bring it over the edge. And maybe the shofar that we blow on Rosh Hashanah will just lead right into the shofar of Mashiach. I wish everybody a happy and healthy and sweet new year filled with only bracha and blessing and all good things. Have a good Yom Tov.